Have you ever been around someone who gives off a strange, dark feeling? Maybe they leave you feeling uneasy or drained, even if they haven't done anything obvious. What if that feeling isn't just a bad vibe? What if there's something darker at play? In this world, there's more going on than what we can see with our eyes. Many believe there's a spiritual battle between good and evil happening all around us. Just as there are forces of light, there are also dark forces, and sometimes these forces work through people. The idea of demonic influence isn't just a story from ancient texts. Some believe it's very real, even today. Now, this doesn't mean that every difficult person in your life is possessed by a demon. People have bad days, make mistakes, and carry emotional wounds that affect how they act. But there are times when the darkness in someone feels different, more intense, more deliberate. In these cases, it's worth paying attention to the signs. Today, we're going to uncover 7 major signs that someone in your life might be under demonic influence. These signs aren't about superstition or fear-mongering. They're about recognizing when something deeper and darker may be at work. The more we understand these signs, the better we can protect ourselves, our loved ones, and our spiritual well-being. So, if you've ever felt an unexplainable heaviness around someone, or witnessed behavior that felt unnaturally dark, keep watching. The truth may be more unsettling than you think. Let's dive into the 7 signs you should never ignore. 1. Extreme deception and manipulation. One of the clearest signs of dark influence is extreme deception and manipulation. This goes beyond the occasional lie or exaggeration. We're talking about people who constantly twist the truth, making it hard for you to know what's real and what's not. They might deny things they've said or done, even when you have proof. This kind of behavior is known as gaslighting, making you doubt your own memory or judgment. These people lie with ease and use their words to control others. They might play the victim to gain sympathy or turn people against each other by spreading false stories. Their goal is to confuse, control, and keep others in the dark. Over time, being around someone like this can leave you feeling lost and unsure of yourself. In spiritual traditions, deception is often linked to dark forces. For example, in the Bible, Satan is called the father of lies. One well-known story is when Satan disguised himself as a serpent in the Garden of Eden to deceive Eve. He twisted God's words to make her doubt the truth, leading to the fall of mankind. This kind of manipulation is a hallmark of demonic influence, using lies to pull people away from what is good and true. If you know someone who constantly deceives, manipulates, and confuses, be careful. Their actions could be more than just bad behavior. It might be a sign of a darker force working through them. Recognizing this is the first step to protecting yourself. Trust your instincts. If someone's words make you doubt your own mind, take a step back and seek clarity. Darkness hides in deception, but truth brings light. 2. Unnatural hatred or hostility toward faith and spirituality. Some people don't believe in God or follow a religion, and that's their personal choice. But there's a difference between not believing and having an extreme, almost unnatural hatred toward faith and spirituality. When someone reacts with intense anger, disgust, or even fear at the mention of God, prayer, or anything holy, it could be a sign of something deeper at work. These individuals might mock religious beliefs in an aggressive way, not just out of disagreement, but with a kind of rage that seems unusual. They may become visibly uncomfortable or even angry if they hear a prayer or see someone reading scripture. Some refuse to enter places of worship or avoid religious symbols like crosses or sacred texts. In extreme cases, People have been known to physically react to holy objects, such as feeling sick or suddenly lashing out when confronted with them. Throughout history, there have been stories of people behaving strangely around religious items. In many spiritual traditions, demons are said to fear and hate the name of God. In the Bible, when Jesus cast out demons, they reacted violently because they could not stand his presence. Even today, some people report that individuals under dark influence become enraged when prayers are spoken or when holy water is sprinkled near them. If you notice someone reacting strongly in a negative way toward faith, it's important to be aware. This kind of intense hostility isn't normal. It may be a sign that something unseen is influencing them. Stay strong in your beliefs, pray for protection, and trust that light will always overcome darkness. 3. Persistent chaos and destruction. Another sign of dark influence is persistent chaos and destruction. Some people seem to bring trouble with them wherever they go. It's not just bad luck, it's a pattern. No matter the situation, they create drama, stir up conflict, and leave destruction in their wake. Relationships crumble, friends turn against each other, and peace is replaced with confusion and pain. These individuals thrive in disorder. They might spread rumors, start arguments, or pit people against each other. Even when things seem calm, they'll find a way to stir the pot. It's as if they feed off the negativity, growing stronger as the people around them grow weaker. If you've ever felt like someone is the eye of the storm, always at the center of chaos, it could be a sign of something darker at work. In the Bible, demons are often described as sowing discord and division. One example is in Mark 5, 1-20, where Jesus meets a man possessed by many demons. This man lived among tombs, crying out and hurting himself. His life was filled with destruction and pain until Jesus cast the demons out of him. The presence of darkness in someone's life often brings confusion, pain, and a lack of peace, signs of spiritual turmoil. If someone in your life constantly brings chaos and destruction, pay attention. This pattern isn't normal, and it's not something to take lightly. Protect your peace. Pray for clarity and strength. Darkness may try to create confusion, but the light of truth will always shine through. Recognizing these signs is the first step in guarding yourself from their harmful influence. 4. Unexplainable knowledge or insight. Another strange sign to watch for is unexplainable knowledge or insight. Some people seem to know things they shouldn't. It's not just being observant or good at guessing, it feels unnatural, almost eerie. They might predict events before they happen, or reveal personal details about someone they've never met. Imagine meeting someone for the first time, and they somehow know secrets about your past. Or maybe they warn you about something that later comes true. At first it might seem like a coincidence, but over time, these moments add up. The knowledge they have feels too accurate, too precise to explain in a normal way. In the Bible, there are stories of demons possessing people and giving them unnatural knowledge. For example, in Acts 16:18, Paul encounters a slave girl who has a spirit of divination. She could predict the future, but her gift came from a dark source. Paul cast the spirit out, ending her ability. This shows that not all knowledge is from God. Some insights come from darker places. Today, there are stories of people who claim to hear whispers or see visions that reveal hidden truths. Some describe feeling a cold chill when these insights are shared, as if a dark presence is nearby. While true prophecy and spiritual gifts exist, unexplainable knowledge mixed with fear or darkness can be a warning sign of demonic influence. If someone around you seems to know things they shouldn't, or has a way of predicting events that feels unsettling, Trust your instincts. Not all knowledge is light. Stay close to your faith, seek guidance, and protect yourself from unseen forces that may try to lead you astray. Light and truth will always conquer darkness. 5. Physical or emotional draining presence. Another sign of dark influence is a physical or emotional draining presence. Have you ever been around someone who leaves you feeling completely exhausted, even if you've only spent a short time with them? It's as if they suck the energy right out of the room. You might feel anxious, uneasy, or even oppressed when they're near. This kind of draining presence is more than just dealing with a negative person. It can be a sign of something darker. These people seem to carry a heavy cloud of darkness with them. Conversations feel tense, and the atmosphere changes when they walk in. After spending time with them, you may feel tired, emotionally drained, or even sad without understanding why. In some cases, people report experiencing headaches, sudden fatigue, or a feeling of being weighed down after these encounters. In spiritual teachings, dark forces are known to feed off negative emotions. The Bible talks about spiritual attacks that leave people feeling weak and oppressed. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us that our struggles are not just against flesh and blood, but against dark spiritual forces. When someone is under demonic influence, their presence can spread that darkness to those around them. There are also stories of people feeling an unexplainable heaviness in the air when encountering someone with dark energy. Some describe it as a cold, chilling sensation that makes their skin crawl. Others feel an overwhelming sense of dread or sadness that lingers long after the person is gone. If you know someone who makes you feel this way, be cautious. Protect your spirit with prayer and stay grounded in your faith. Darkness tries to wear us down, but light and love will always be stronger. Listen to your instincts, and don't ignore these warning signs. 6. Aversion to the sacred. Another major sign of dark influence is an aversion to the sacred. This goes beyond someone simply not believing in religion. It's a deep discomfort or even fear when faced with anything holy. People under this kind of influence may avoid churches, refuse to join in prayer, or become visibly uneasy around sacred objects like crosses, holy water, or scriptures. For example, you might invite someone to a church service, and they suddenly make excuses not to go. Or, if they do enter a sacred space, they may seem restless, angry, or anxious. Some people even feel sick or have an overwhelming urge to leave. It's as if the holiness around them stirs something inside, making them want to run. In spiritual traditions, this kind of reaction is often linked to dark forces. The Bible tells stories of people possessed by demons who could not stand the presence of Jesus or his followers. In Mark 1:23-26, a man with an unclean spirit cried out when Jesus entered the synagogue, unable to bear being near such holiness. This kind of intense reaction is seen as a sign that dark forces cannot coexist with the light of God. There are also modern accounts of people refusing to touch crosses or reacting violently to prayers. Some report feeling a burning sensation when holding a holy object, while others describe hearing whispers or feeling a dark presence urging them to leave. If someone you know shows this kind of aversion, it may be more than discomfort. It could be a sign of spiritual conflict. Trust your instincts, stay strong in your faith, and remember that light always overcomes darkness. Pray for protection and guidance, and never underestimate the power of the sacred. 7. Sudden personality shifts and violent outbursts. One of the most unsettling signs of dark influence is sudden personality shifts and violent outbursts. This isn't just someone having a bad day or getting upset. It's a dramatic change in behavior that feels unnatural. A person might be calm one moment and then explode with anger the next, often for no clear reason. Their mood swings are intense and unpredictable, leaving those around them confused and frightened. In some cases, their eyes seem to go cold and emotionless, almost as if they're not entirely present. They might say hurtful things or lash out physically, only to act as if nothing happened afterward. These outbursts can feel dark and threatening, making the air in the room feel heavy. It's as if another presence takes over in those moments, pushing them to act in ways that don't align with who they normally are. The Bible gives us examples of people under demonic influence showing sudden violent behavior. In Mark 5:1-20, there's the story of a man possessed by many demons. He lived among the tombs, crying out and harming himself, unable to be controlled. His actions were wild and unpredictable until Jesus cast out the demons, restoring his peace. Even today, there are stories of people experiencing sudden rage or cold indifference during spiritual encounters. Some describe feeling a dark energy in the room right before these violent shifts happen, as if the darkness was making its presence known. If you witness someone showing these signs, be cautious. Pray for strength and protection, and trust your instincts. Sudden, unexplained changes in personality and violent behavior are not normal. They could be signs of a deeper spiritual battle taking place. Remember, darkness cannot hide where there is light. If you've recognized any of these signs in someone you know, don't ignore it. It's important to seek spiritual protection and surround yourself with faith and light. Protect your peace and stay grounded in your beliefs. Darkness can't thrive where there is light, so trust in your spiritual strength to guide you. If you've had any personal experiences with these signs or have noticed something unusual, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories and reflections on this topic. Remember, we're all in this journey together, so let's stay connected and support each other in seeking truth and protection from negative influences. If this message has touched you, I encourage you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more biblical content. Let's continue growing in faith together. Thank you for watching, and stay strong in your faith.